Dead Island 2, the upcoming action game developed by Dambuster Studios, that's releasing on April 21st, a game that has 6 playable protagonists, and each of those protagonists has their own info, their own backstories, and their own skills and their own abilities. And within this video, we're going to be going through each of the 6 playable protagonists within Dead Island 2, and how they work, how you can use them, the certain skills that they possess, the certain abilities that they possess, and their backstories, and how they look in game and everything like that. It's just basically all the confirmed info that we have regarding all of these characters, these playable protagonists within Dead Island 2, all 6 of them, and we're going to go through them one by one, just going through all of their info. So let's waste no more time and let's get straight into the video, and we're going to start things off with Ryan. Now, Ryan is one of the 6 slayers in the upcoming Dead Island 2. He is a male and is trapped in Los Angeles, California during the outbreak, just like all of these characters. The description for Ryan on the Dead Island 2 website is this: Ryan has a stubborn streak a mile wide, pessimistic sarcasm as dry as the Sahara, and an indomitable heart. He's on a mission to get back to his little brother, left behind in Fresno before the outbreak, and nothing, alive or dead, is going to stop him getting home. Ryan is a large buff man with short black hair and a small moustache and stubble. He wears a black Los Angeles Fire Department t-shirt with beige Fire Department protective pants with loose red suspenders hanging down from his waist. The pants also have reflective strips at the bottom of the legs, and he's wearing yellow and white sneakers. Now, Ryan has 2 skills. These are as follows: Retaliation. Ryan gets a moderate force boost when using the block or dodge to avoid an attack. Seesaw. Ryan regains health each time he knocks down a zombie. It's also worth noting that people are pretty sure this is the same Ryan that appears in the gameplay of the 2014 Dead Island 2. Now, I've actually done a video comparing the 2014 and 2023 Dead Island 2 gameplay. Link to that video will be at the end of this video and in the description. So that is pretty much everything we know about Ryan within Dead Island 2. He's one of the 6 playable protagonists within the game. He's an American male. That's basically everything that you need to know. So let's move on and let's look at Amy, the second of the 6 slayers within Dead Island 2. And just like the others, she's trapped within this outbreak. So the description for her on the website is this: Amy is a quick-witted Paralympian who has found something even better than her runner's high: zombie slaying. The risks keep her wired, the success keeps her pumped, and every battle is almost a puzzle to solve on the fly, like an obstacle course to keep her mind sharp. Lays back, focused, and calm. Very little can dent her Californian chill. Amy is a middle-aged woman with black hair. She wears a red sports top with fishnetting over it, black and red jogging pants, and black sneakers. She has a prosthetic right leg, which is patterned with the American flag. She has bandages on her wrist and lower left arm, which hides her zombie bite. So there we go, we know that she's a Paralympian and she's actually been bitten by a zombie. So Amy's 2 skills are as followed. Of course, it is worth noting though that the information on these is fairly limited. So the relief picture: Amy regains stamina when hitting a zombie with a weapon throw. Then there is the divide and conquer. Amy gets a minor damage boost when she attacks isolated zombies. That's all we know about her 2 skills: relief picture and divide and conquer. Like I said, unfortunately, information on all of that is fairly limited at the moment, but basically that's all we know about Amy. She's an American female, she's a Paralympian, and of course she is stuck within this outbreak in Los Angeles, California. She's also very focused and very calm, so if that's the type of character that you would like to use within the game, then of course this is the character for you. So let's move on to Danny. Now, Danny is another one of the 6 slayers within Dead Island 2. So, she was born in County Cork, Ireland. Danny was a retail assistant before joining a roller derby team and traveling with them, coming to the United States of America before being trapped in Los Angeles, California during the outbreak, just like the others. She plans to escape the city and find her roller derby team in order to get to a match they're due to attend, and well, I think it's pretty unlikely that that match is going to happen. And here's her description on the website: Hailing from the mosh pits of County Cork in Ireland, Danny is a headstrong rockabilly brawler, a foul mouth and a twisted sense of humour. She plows through zombies the way she plowed through opposing roller derby teams pre-zombie apocalypse, with a grin and a yelled promise to mess you up. Danny is a middle-aged woman with green hair in an elaborate hairstyle, along with a polka dot ribbon tied in a bow at the top of her head, a nose ring and red lipstick. She wears a blue polka dot crop top with a blue denim waistcoat over it, along with short black shorts and a cheetah patterned shoes. She has many tattoos across all of her body and is wearing a large black belt with a holster on it. So that's all we know about Dani's appearance. So let's have a look at her skills, and like I mentioned, information about these is a little bit limited. So first there is Bloodlust. Dani regains health when slaying multiple zombies in quick succession. Then there is Thunderstruck. Dani's heavy attacks trigger a forceful explosion on impact. There is also a skill known within her deck. We don't know these about all of the characters. So there is Spitting Cobra. Dani spits acid in front of her, dealing heavy damage to zombies in front of her. That's all we really know about that. Not much information about what that really is, and we also don't know that information for every single character. But that's pretty much everything we know about Dani. She's a female Irish woman. She's a middle-aged woman that's looking to continue her journey with, of course, her roller derby team. But, you know, I don't know if that is actually going to happen. But she's also, of course, trapped in this outbreak and is one of the 6 playable protagonists. So let's move on to the 4th playable protagonist, which is going to be Jacob. A pretty iconic one and a pretty common one throughout the trailers of the game. So Jacob is one of the 6 Slayers, and he was born in London and originally became a stockbroker before the passing of his mother. After this, he followed his dream and became a stuntman prior to traveling to the US. Not much else is known about him, but he became trapped in Los Angeles, California during the outbreak. So let's look at his website description. An anti-hero with rockstar flair, Jacob's offbeat charm is paired with a reckless disregard for self-preservation. When his beloved mum passed, this successful London stockbroker left everything behind to follow his dream of being a Hollywood stuntman. Now his quips and Shakespearean quotes fall on dead ears as he revels in being a slayer in LA. Jacob is a middle-aged man with a black short afro and black stubble. He wears black rimmed sunglasses. He wears a black t-shirt with a white skeleton hand printed on it, a denim camouflage waistcoat, blue jeans held by a brown belt. On his right wrist he has a bandage wrap as well as multiple rings on his left hand. That's all we know about the appearance of Jacob within the game. So we also know about his 2 skills. This first skill is Feral. Jacob gets a stackable minor damage boost when attacking in quick succession. Then there's Critical Gains. Jacob gets a moderate critical damage boost while his stamina is low. Critical hits regain his stamina. That's all we know about Jacob. He is a British male and is also trapped in this outbreak. So let's move on to the 5th, and that is Bruno. So prior to the outbreak, he was a hustler on the streets of Los Angeles, California, before being trapped in quarantine during the outbreak. So Bruno is a calculating hustler who always has a plan, both for pulling off heists on big time scammers and spammers before the zombie apocalypse, and for taking down the undead now. Born and raised on the streets of LA, he's always hidden his lethal knife skills behind his disarming Californian charm. So let's take a look at Bruno's skills. First of all, there is Backstab. Bruno gets a moderate damage boost when attacking zombies from behind. Then there is Rapid Reprisal. Boosts Bruno's agility and heavy attack charges when he avoids attacks with a block or dodge. That's all we really know about Bruno. He's an American male. We have pretty limited information on him actually, and that's all we really know. But let's move on to the 6th and final protagonist, which is Carla. Prior to the outbreak, she was a motorcycle stunt woman before becoming trapped in this outbreak. So Carla is a motorcycle stunt rider unfazed by rings of fire, jumps over ravines and mid-air flips, so the zombie apocalypse has barely made her break a sweat. Armed with street smarts, an outgoing disposition and boundless physical confidence, she's embraced the challenges of slaying her way through LA with enthusiasm. And let's look at her skills. So there is Big Deep. Carla gets a moderate toughness boost while her stealth is critical. Then there is Mosh Pit. Carla gets a minor damage boost when close to multiple zombies. She's an American female, and just like Bruno, information on them is pretty limited. So yeah, that's all we really know about her within Dead Island 2. And that just about wraps things up there. Those are the 6 playable protagonists within Dead Island 2 and all we really know about them. Now it does seem like that you can generally stick with one protagonist. Let's say that you really like Dani, then you can stick with Dani throughout the entire game pretty much. Of course, you'll probably end up playing as all of these 6 protagonists at some point for a brief period of time, but generally speaking, if you really liked Dani, or maybe you really liked Bruno, then you could stick with them for pretty much the entire game if that's what you want to do. The choice there really is yours. Like I said, yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I've done a video comparing the 2014 and 2023 Dead Island 2 gameplay, and if you're interested in watching that, the link to that video is on the screen now, and you can go ahead and join me over there.